Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Amanda Kolbaba, and today we are doing the June energies. Sorry I haven't been around much last May. I just was having some technical difficulties and some other difficulties, but I am back and it's exciting to be able to do the June energies for 2021. So let's see what we have today. So over here we have our Animal Totem that will give us some guidance for June. We have the Angel cards that will give us some help and support and love that we might need for June. And here we're going to start with the Tarot deck to let us know what energies are moving around us, what is supporting us, what is not supporting us, what do we have to work on. So I've already done some shuffling, but I'll just do a little bit more. And I'm going to lay out 4 cards. And look at our bottom card, which is King of Swords. All of this will have our star upside down. Okay. So this month is feeling a little bit up and down to me. The beginning of the month actually feels a little bit playful with the 2 of Wands and 6 of Cups. The 2 of Wands is you looking out at your surroundings, out at your world, and seeing what you'd like to create. Basically, you're creating a vision of what you would like to create, what you'd like to see more in your world. And beside the 6 of Cups, which is about your inner child and reminiscing about childhood, especially with the nice weather now, the cottages are being open, the flowers are out, we have this beautiful weather. It really does feel a little bit more playful and lighter at the beginning of this month, and just creating a vision of what you'd like to do, what you'd like to see. There's more motivation, more energy, more wanting to do something. So yeah, I like it. It's a little bit playful, a little bit more fun. People, especially in Canada, here in Ontario, we've been locked down for so long. We're wanting to get out and play and have some fun now, let loose a little bit. We have a lot of pent up energy. So this is really great. This is fun. So yeah, it looks good. Now, I don't know if you're aware, but we are in a Mercury retrograde, and Mercury is the planet of communication. And until the end of the month, Mercury will be, mostly in retrograde and then into its shadow. This is all about miscommunication, difficulty in getting communication across with people. It can be difficulty with electronics, that sort of thing. So having more of a playful, happy attitude, positive, sort of being more outside, more active, that sort of thing may help with not getting too bogged down in miscommunications, the frustration of that, especially with your electronics, computers not working, that sort of thing, cell phones not working. So yeah, just be aware of that. And we are in Gemini this month. So Gemini is an air sign, and air sign is all about communication. It's all about being in the mind, the mental. And we have King of Swords here too, which was our bottom of the deck card, which I'll talk about in a minute. So as we go further, we get into a little bit the mid-month. The star came up upside down, reversed here. The star is, I'm going to turn it this way anyways. The star is about understanding your desires. What do you desire? What do you wish upon? Following the guidance of what you're wishing for, creating those desires, being in tune with them. And this feels to me like you're a little bit out of balance with understanding what your desires are, what you really want to do, where you want to really go. Understanding your guidance, hearing or seeing your guidance, following that, following your intuition. So some of you may find that what would be good is, or actually what I'm getting now here too, is that, are you following your guidance? Are you refusing to see the guidance? Do you not like the guidance that you're seeing? Are you unsure, unclear about your desires? Something might be that you need to meditate upon, slow down, and really focus on what is it you truly desire, not what other people are desiring or where they're going, but specifically for yourself, and being open to receiving that guidance that's coming through. And at the end of the month, we have Five of Swords here, which is not a great card. This is a card of conflict. And this goes to Mercury being in retrograde, or it can be anyways. I find that Mercury in retrograde can sometimes be very intense at the beginning or at the very end. And this at the end tells me the Five of Swords is having arguments with people, trying to express yourself, trying to get a clear message across to somebody or other people who are not willing to hear you. They don't want to hear you. They just don't. They only want their side heard. And both sides, neither sides are really listening to each other. And what happens is nothing gets resolved. It's just a lot of hurt feelings. So if you find that this is with you, I would say to you, don't bother. Don't waste your energy and time with trying to convince somebody who doesn't want to hear you. All you're going to do is get frustrated and more angry. The best thing to do is just to simply walk away. Just let it go. Let it go. Stop trying to express yourself. Stop trying to argue with somebody who is not wanting to hear you. Just walk away. It's the best thing I can say to you here. I'm also getting a little bit that this also may be a bit of an argument you're having with yourself. Not completely listening, again, because of the star next to it that was upside down, that you're not really listening to your inner self. You're not really listening to your inner desires. You're having conflict with it because you're trying to go another way that maybe the other way looks better or other people are doing it. And it's not necessarily what you truly want to do or where you want to really be. And it's causing a lot of conflict within you. So that is also something to pay attention and to be aware about at the end of the month. And maybe again, meditation. The best thing to do is to be on your own, working inwards with that hermit energy of really understanding your truth and your desires and going inwards and being away from all the other distraction, noises, chaos from other people and the media, that sort of thing. This is really about you making a decision for yourself, not other people making it for you. And it's interesting that at the bottom of the deck here that we got the King of Swords. Because the King of Swords is the king that he sits in his authority. He knows his truth. He holds the sword. He speaks his truth. He can be rather blunt sometimes, but it's the truth. It's his self-expression. He communicates very, very well. And that's really interesting with us being in the sign of Gemini, which is an air sign, and it's about communication, as well as Mercury being in retrograde. This might be, the spirit's way of getting us to do some work on our communication, our self-expression, learning more, going deeper in understanding about our inner truth and not being afraid of communicating that. And this King of Swords will really help to teach you this. That's all he's about. And feeling very empowered, standing in his own empowerment and not being afraid of standing up for who he is, his opinions and his beliefs, and being very comfortable in it. And it wouldn't surprise me with the Five of Swords here, because the Five of Swords is really the opposite to the King of Swords. The Five here is showing chaos, that there is a communication breakdown here. There is a difficulty in speaking the truth, expressing oneself, holding one's power. Whereas this king has figured out all of that, how to do that. He's the authority in this. And it also comes down to knowing your true desires, your true self, and being able to speak it and communicate it clearly, and standing within your power so nobody sways you. Oops. I almost knocked this over, you guys. And the Six of Cups is what I wanted to say to you here. It's interesting that the Six of Cups here beside the star that was upside down is about inner child, doing inner child work. And it could be too that something when you were a child stopped you from being able to communicate your true desires. It could be that you had a hard time understanding what your desires were and you didn't feel supported. So this is coming back around for you where you need to look at that, do some healing, and relearn how to communicate those desires and your inner truth once more. So this is quite an interesting reading this month, and it is all about communication. It is all about standing in your power and expressing your truth. So really, really great. I'm going to move this over so I can pull the Archangel cards here. Because this is really big in front of me, I'm going to do this off screen. I've already actually shuffled these, but I'm going to do a little bit more. Okay, let's see what we've got. Oh, lovely. Okay. So Archangel Gabriel, we have here the nurturing. So definitely we need some nurturing happening. Some self-care, some self-love. And Archangel Gabriel is also considered the archangel of a messenger. And the message, in the Bible, Archangel Gabriel came to Mother Mary to tell her that she was pregnant with Jesus Christ. So Archangel Gabriel comes in as a message. And again, that is an air sign, an air quality here. So again, nurturing and self-care. And we've got the little baby here. And that to me goes back to the inner child, taking care of yourself, taking care and nurturing your inner child, So she feels, or he feels, he can step out and express themselves and be who they truly are. Archangel Hannah here with the moon cycles is that things happen in cycles. You know, we have the moon cycles with just everything, the circle of it, everything that goes around comes back around. So again, talking about our inner child and having that vision of who we are and what we're about. If we have lost that somewhere in our life, in our childhood, it will come back around again to give us that connection, that guidance to heal, to be able to relearn or reclaim what we have lost. And then we have Archangel Raziel with spiritual understanding. So there's a lot of, and we have another dove here. We've got lots of doves. Peace. Lightness. And again, the bird is an air sign. Keep going back to that today, all about communication. So there's some deep spiritual understanding and learning that's coming up this month, and it's very much to do, like I said, with communication and really understanding yourself and your desires. And the archangels are really going to be helping you with this because it feels very much like a finality, sorry, that didn't come out right. This feels like the end of something for all of you. This feels like that you've been working on things and working on this for a long time, and you're at the end of it. The energy of these cards really feel like this is it. You have a little bit more to go. You have a little bit more to heal and to do with this issue. And it's coming back around for you one final time. Don't worry, you'll get it. You will get it. And yeah, it feels like this is it for you. There's some last final lessons to get in about communication, to do with understanding your inner self, your inner desires, your inner truth, and really being able to express them. And I think that comes up here with our last card, Divine Order, and the balance here. Everything is in divine timing, divine order. It happens when things are ready, and we create a balance with it. So something has not been in balance, and this month you will be creating that healthy balance and releasing and clearing away what has not been serving you. So the archangels are really supporting you in this nurturing process and in this final completion. Very nice. Okay, let us see our animal totem that will be giving us their guidance over this month. We have the air dragon, and oh my gosh, okay. Can we not get any more clear about our communication? Air, it's all about air this month. So we've got the air dragon. I can only say to you that I've already said this over and over. Air is all about the mind, the mental, communication. And we've got the dragon. So this dragon is telling me there's a lot of movement in this card. A lot of movement, almost chaotic movement. It feels like there's going to be a lot of movement this month. A lot of inspiration, a lot of things coming at you fast, a lot of insight, a lot of clarity, and it's going to be quick. Stay grounded. Everybody stay grounded. In some of my meditations, part of the meditation is about grounding. So if you're unsure how to ground, you can take a look at that. If not, there's a lot of great grounding techniques out there just really quickly, keeping your feet flat on the floor or outside in the grass and visualizing roots coming out from your soles of your feet, going down deep into the earth, really grounds you. Any kind of the dark crystals like hematite, tourmaline, garnet, they're all very grounding. Anything that keeps you grounded, being in the energy of air feels wonderful. You feel like you're high up. You feel like you're floating. It's just I love the feeling. And we all love to be in the air. The problem is when we're too high up in the air, we miss what's going on below us. And that's when we can get into have little accidents like tripping over our feet, car accidents. Nobody wants that. We miss things. We get a little bit clumsy. So being grounded this month is going to be really important, especially when you're going to be having a lot of insight, a lot of things happening very quickly. You want to be really grounded so you're able to feel that support from Mother Earth when this information or things come at you. You feel stable. You feel like your foundation is strong and is supporting you. So when the stuff comes, it doesn't knock you off your feet. You don't feel like sort of this dragon being knocked around back and forth a bit. But like I said, the positive aspect of this card is that you are going to be receiving a lot of information very quickly, very fast. It's going to come and go quickly. A lot of insight, a lot of clarity, and it's going to specifically to do with communication, to do with the mind. So again, that's what I mean by clarity and insight. A lot of information coming through that third eye. And again, because it's a lot of energy at the head, stay grounded. Make sure you're moving the energy down to your feet and allowing the energy from the earth to move into your feet and up your body. So you have a nice flow of energy and movement from the top of your head downwards and back up. So you're not being thrown around by the air. Sometimes, remember, air can be nice and peaceful and clearing and calming, but then we can have a storm that comes up and the air can get violent and very windy and knocking things over. So when that happens, you want to be in a place of strength. So just be aware of that this month. And again, if we look at the King of Swords here, this is what you ultimately will be coming to with all this learning and new lessons. And the King of Swords, as you see him sit there very comfortably, he looks solid. He looks very much within himself. His foundation feels very grounded, and he's very much in control. This is where you want to be. So as you go through these energies and movement of this month, though you're going to have a lot of information and insight coming at you, though there might be a lot of going on within you and without, if you stay grounded and if you pace yourself, you'll come out of this pretty good. Just take a lot of nice deep breaths. Enjoy the weather. Get yourself outside. Walking, being in your garden, bare feet in the grass is all very grounding, bringing you back to the earth. And then you can be open to receiving the guidance, the information that you need. I hope this all helped you. Have a great month. I really do hope to have another video out for you guys next week, but I'm going to see what happens. But anyways, enjoy. And if you have any questions or your own insights, if you like me to do something else, another type of meditation, let me know in the comments. Please like and share. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the link below. And I hope to see you guys all next week. Have a great month. Love you and enjoy.